Cycloaddition reactions. In this lecture, we will be discussing 4+2 cycloaddition reactions. And Diels-Alder reaction is the most common example of 4+2 cycloaddition reactions. So we will be discussing in details about Diels-Alder reaction. Diels-Alder reaction was discovered by Professor Otto Diels and his student Alder in 1928, and for this discovery they received Nobel Prize in 1950. So what they have done is that they have performed a reaction between a conjugated diene and a dienophile, and they have found that this is a highly effective method for the formation of cyclohexene ring. So for example, if you are having 1,3-butadiene in cis form and you react this with ethene through this 6 lactone intermediate, these two reactants they will be converted into cyclohexene, and this reaction is known as Diels-Alder reaction. This Diels-Alder reaction can be classified into three types. First is normal 4+2 cycloaddition. Second is inverse lactone demand 4+2, and third is hetero 4+2 cycloaddition reaction. In case of normal 4+2 cycloaddition reaction, the diene is electron rich and dienophile is electron poor, whereas opposite is there in case of inverse electron demand. Here diene is electron poor and dienophile is electron rich. Whereas in case of hetero 4+2 cycloaddition reactions, heteroatom can be part of diene or dienophile or both. So all these three types of reactions they have been classified as Diels-Alder reaction. Now theory of Diels-Alder reaction is that as I have told you, in a normal Diels-Alder reaction, it involves a lactone-rich diene and electron-deficient dienophile. And in these two cases, the main interaction is between the highest occupied molecular orbital of the diene and lowest occupied molecular orbital of the dienophile. The smaller the energy difference, so if you see this is a diene and highest occupied molecular orbital of this diene is say Psi2. Similarly, this is dienophile, and in this case also the LUMO is Psi2. And if this difference in energy from HOMO of diene to LUMO of dienophile is less, then the reaction will be faster. So better these orbitals interact and therefore more readily the reaction occurs. Smaller this difference in energy, higher will be the rate of the reaction. So this is how the orbitals they interact to form a product in case of Diels-Alder reaction. So this is highest occupied molecular orbital of the diene. As you know, this is Psi2 and Psi2 orbital lobes will be like this, and whereas in LUMO of Psi2 orbital lobes of dienophile will be like this, and you can see over here this will be an effective overlap as both the lobes they have the same sign. Similarly in this case also this will be an effective overlap because both the lobes they have the same sign. So overall this overlap of HOMO and LUMO of diene and dienophile will be an effective overlap, and hence the reaction will take place. Then mechanism of Diels-Alder reaction, the formation of two new bonds takes place by overlap of molecular orbitals in a direction corresponding to endwise overlap of atomic p orbitals, as I have shown in the previous slide also. However, there is a uncertainty about the nature of the transition state and in particular about the timing of the changes in covalency that result in the formation of new bond. So how this transition state is there, what is the nature of the transition state, it is still not very clear about the mechanism of Diels-Alder reaction on this front, and whether or not both of the new bonds in the concerned mechanism are formed to the same extent in the transition state is an open question. So still at this moment also we cannot say that whether these new bonds they are formed with the same percentage. One may be formed in more amount and other may be formed in lesser amount. So it is likely that in most cases both bonds begin to form at the same time, although this may occur at different rates, such that one bond is formed to a greater extent than the others. So there may be gradation of mechanism for different Diels-Alder reactions extending from a completely concerted mechanism with a symmetrical transition state at one extreme to something approaching a two-step process at the other. So mechanism may vary from reaction to reaction in case of Diels-Alder reaction. Now dienes can be open chain or cyclic, and these dyes they should be lactone rich and reactivity should be enhanced by lactone donating substituent present on the diene. And for a diene to be reactive in this reaction in the Diels-Alder reaction, it must have a cis configuration. For example, this one is a cis configuration of the diene, whereas this one is a trans configuration, and this will be unreactive for Diels-Alder reaction. Similarly, in case of dienes, they must adopt cis conformation as I have told you. Then cyclic dienes which adopt S cis conformation, they are very reactive. For example, cyclopentadiene, cyclohexadiene, furane. Then this type of cyclic diene, this is also very active because this is having a S cis conformation. Similarly, cyclic dienes which are in S-trans conformation, they are not reactive in Diels-Alder reaction. So these are the examples where cyclic dienes they are having S-trans conformation, and that is why they are not reactive in the Diels-Alder reaction. Then is dienophile. Dienophile can also be open chain or it can also be a cyclic structure, and it should be lactone deficient, and the reactivity on the dienophile is enhanced by lactone withdrawing substituents present on the dienophile. So these are some of the examples of dienophile. Uh, for example, here you can see that this aldehyde group is an electron withdrawing group, so it will enhance the activity of the dienophile. Similarly, this carbonyl group will enhance the reactivity of the dienophile. This ester group will, because this is electron withdrawing group, this will also enhance the reactivity of the dienophile. Cyano group, lactone withdrawing. This sulfur based functional group, this will also enhance the reactivity. Then this sulfoxides, then these types of cyclic dienes, cyclic dienophiles, they also will be reactive towards the Diels-Alder reaction, and you can see over here in all the cases you are having carbonyl group which is an lactone withdrawing group which will enhance the reactivity of the dienophile. Then relative reactivity of the dienes, among the dienes which will be more reactive and which will be less reactive, that can be determined also. The For a general reaction of dienes towards maleic anhydride in Diels-Alder reaction is like this, that if we compare that which of these dienes will react more with malic anhydride, then cyclopentadiene will react 1348 times more than this butadiene. If reactivity of butadiene is 1, this is 1348. Similarly, if you are having methoxy group attached at the second position of the butadiene, then this will be 12 times more reactive than the butadiene itself. Then 2-methyl 1,3-butadiene will be 2.2 times faster than the butadiene. Similarly, 2,3-dimethyl 1,3-butadiene will be 5 times more reactive than the butadiene. And similarly, if you are having an electron withdrawing group attached to the diene, then it will be less reactive than the parent diene. So you can see over here, this is only 0.1 times reactive as compared to butadiene. Then, as I have already told you, that S cis conformation will be reactive in comparison to S trans conformation of the diene. And these types of S trans dienes, they are not reactive towards Diels-Alder reaction. Then similarly, reactivity of dienophiles, uh, and as an example, we have taken the reactivity of various dienophiles towards cyclopentadiene in Diels-Alder reaction. So, as the strength of the electron withdrawing group increases, the reactivity of the dienophiles also increases. For example, if we see this one where cyano group is attached to the dienophile, if its reactivity is 1, same will be for the uh, dienophile having ester group. This will also have the same reactivity. But if you are having a ketone attached to it, then the reactivity will be 4 times that of an ester or cyano compound. Similarly, in this case, this will be 150 times more reactive than these two. And in case of these types of functional groups, it will be 6,700 times more reactive than these two. So reactivity will increase as the strength of the electron withdrawing property of this functional group increases. Then among the substitutions at the dienophile, the tetra substituted dienophiles, they are more reactive than tri, than di, than mono substituted dienophiles. Then other reactive dienophiles, they are cyclopropene, bicycloheptuene, this one, and benzene. They are also very reactive towards Diels-Alder reaction. Then stereochemistry of Diels-Alder reaction is that Diels-Alder reaction is very stereospecific, and relative stereochemical relationship of diene and dienophile is reproduced in the product. So as the stereochemistry of the reactant will determine that what will be the stereochemistry of the product. Diels-Alder reaction occur due to the overlapping of p orbitals of the dienes and dienophile lying perpendicular to the plane of the carbon atoms. Then a diene possesses two faces, top face and bottom face. The dienophile can approach either of the faces and lead to formation of racemic mixture. So for example, if you take this diene, this is the top face and this is the bottom face. The dienophile can approach from both the faces, and that is why a racemic mixture will be formed. But if one of the faces is more crowded, or the approach of the dienophile from one face is less possible, then we will get an asymmetric product. That is, one enantiomer will be formed in more amounts and other enantiomer will be formed in lesser amount. So we will get an optically active product or stereospecific product or stereoselective product, depending upon that how much the dienophile can approach the die. So these interactions I have already shown you that in the transition state, highest occupied molecular orbital of diene will interact with the lowest unoccupied molecular orbital of the diene to give you the product. Now, suppose that dienophile approaches from the bottom face of the diene. Then how the stereochemistry of diene will be determined. Now, for example, say this is your diene 1,4 dimethyl 1,3 butadiene, and in this case these methyl substituents, they are called as outside substituents, and these hydrogens, they are called as inside substituents. And if it undergoes Diels-Alder reaction with this alkyne derivative dienophile, then this will be the product formed. And as a rule, inside substituent of the diene will become beta configuration in the product. So these were inside substituents. So you can see that these hydrogens, they have become beta configuration in the product, and outside substituent of the diene will become alpha configuration in the product. These methyls, they were outside substituents, so they have become alpha configuration in the product. So this is how you can form any type of product in Diels-Alder reaction in terms of stereochemistry. Now this is again the same reaction. This is 1,4-dimethyl 1,3-butadiene reacting with dimethoxy acetylene dicarboxylate. So when these two, they undergo Diels-Alder reaction, this will be the bottom phase approach of the dienophile to the diene, and you can see that here when this approaches from this side, you will get these as the product. So when this H will become in this plane and methyl will become in this plane, and that is why you will get these types of product. So based on the bottom phase approach of dienophile, substituents on dienophile can take two different orientations, that is endo or exo. So this is the endo orientation and this is the exo orientation, and this is how in these endo and exo orientations different interactions of the molecular orbitals of diene and dienophile will take place to give us the Diels-Alder product. So for example, the same 1,4-diphenyl 1,3-butadiene reacting with this aldehyde containing dienophile, and this is how on the basis of endo approach the product will be formed, and you will have these as the outside substituents, so they will have alpha configuration. This is also outside, so that is why this will also have the alpha configuration. Similarly, when this is XO, then these they remain outside, but this will become inside substituent. So that is why here this is having a beta configuration. So this is how endo or exo approach will lead to formation of different stereochemical products. So stereochemistry of the product formed through endo approach or exo approach will be different. Then there is an endo rule which is called as Elder's endo rule. That is, endo mode of addition is usually preferred to exo addition due to secondary orbital overlap between dienophiles activating substituent and the diene. If you see this, this is endo approach. In endo approach, these two molecular orbitals of dienophile, and these are the two additional molecular orbitals of the substituent, that was carbonyl, right? And if you see this, there is a secondary orbital interaction between the orbitals of the substituent also with the diene, whereas in case of exo orbital overlap, there is no such secondary orbital interaction between the carbonyl, that is the substituent orbitals. So that is why, because here you will have more interaction, secondary orbital overlap will be higher in comparison to exo. So that is why the endo product is preferred over exo product, and this is called as Elder's endo rule. Then some examples of Elder's endo rule, and a typical example is Woodward synthesis of reserpine. So reserpine is an very important alkaloid, and here the synthesis of reserpine starts with Diels-Alder reaction of E-pentadienoic acid, this one, and benzoquinone, this one, and product formed is an endoduct formed by Diels-Alder reaction of these two, this diene and this dienophile, and this is the only product which is formed. No exo product is formed in this case. So this is the best example of Elder's endo rule, where only endoduct is formed. Then when dienophile is acyclic, the endo rule is not always obeyed, and the composition of the mixture obtained depend on the structure of the dienophile and diene and on the reaction conditions. For example, in this case, if you see this, this is cyclopentadiene and this is acrylic acid, where R may be, if it is hydrogen then it is acrylic acid, and as we substitute this then we will get substituted acrylic acid. So in case of acrylic acid and cyclopentadiene, the endo and exo products, they are obtained the ratio of 75 to 25. So you can see that in case of acrylic acid, the endo rule is obeyed, that more of endo product is being formed in comparison to exo. But as we substitute this hydrogen with some other function group, we will see that endo rule is not followed, and your dienophile is an acyclic dienophile. So if I replace hydrogen by methyl, then you can see that endo is formed only in 35% and exo is formed in 65%. Similarly, ethyl, if R is ethyl, then no endo product is formed, only exo product is formed. If R is phenyl, then 60% of endo, 40% of exo. If it is bromide, then endo is 30, this is 70. The reason probably is that as we replace this with a bigger group, then the secondary interactions, they decrease. Secondary orbital overlap decreases as we change the type of substituent present on this diene. Then another example, acrylic acid and E-pentadienoic acid. The temperature also has a noticeable effect on the stereoselectivity. So you can see that this diene and this dienophile, they undergo Diels-Alder reaction to give us these two endo and exo product. And if temperature is 75 degree, then only endo product is formed. As we increase the temperature, the formation of the endo product goes on decreasing, goes on decreasing, and formation of exo product goes on increasing as we increase the temperature. So that means the proportion of exoisomer increases as the temperature of the reaction increases. So that means temperature has a profound effect on the formation of endo or exo products. Then is regioselectivity and substitution effects of 4+2 cycloaddition reactions. So orbital coefficients allow prediction of regioselectivity of 4+2 cycloadditions. The coefficients of similar size should be matched to give maximum overlap in sigma bond formation. The orbital coefficient effect of a substituent at one position of a diene overweighs that of a substituent at two position of the diene. So that means effect of the substituent at this position, that is one position, will be more as compared to effect of the substituent at position 2 of the diene. So if we are having here an electron leasing group and here an electron withdrawing group, then 1,3 product will be there and 1,2 product will be there, and which of these will be formed in major amounts will depend on the reaction conditions. Similarly, if we are having sub electron leasing groups at 1 and 2 position and electron withdrawing group at the dienophile, then we will get this type of product or this type of product. Now, for a monosubstituted diene, the formation of the product depends on substituted carbon atom. We can consider two classical cases. One is one substituted diene and other is two substituted diene. So here the substitution is at carbon 1, here the substitution is at carbon 2. Now when one substituted diene reacts it and with the dienophile, which is having electron withdrawing group, and this is electron releasing group, we will get 1,2 product and not 1,3 product. That is, the cyclization will take place in this manner and it cannot take place with this manner, that 1,2 product will be formed, 1,3 product will not be formed. The reason is, uh, if you see this diene, when this is electron leasing, that electron rich diene center is over here, and when this is electron withdrawing group, this is the most electron deficient center of the dienophile. So we know that up this is electron rich and this is electron deficient. So that means there will be a maximum chance of interaction between electron rich and electron deficient centers, and that is why we are getting 1,2 product and not 1,3 product. Similarly, if we take the case of two substituted dienes, these are the two substituted dienes, they react to give us 1,4 product but not 1,3 product. The reason for this is also same, that if we determine that which center is the electron rich diene center and which center is electron deficient dienophile center, then these will interact and we can get 1,4 product and not 1,3 product. Then these are the stereospecific nature of thermal 1 plus 4 plus 2 cycloaddition transformations, and these are taking place through disrotatory process. So if you are having this as the diene, this as the dienophile, you will get this as the product. A and B will be alpha because they are outside substituents. Here this is outside substituent, this is inside substituent. Here the hydrogen will be the outside substituent. So this B will become beta and A will become alpha. Similarly, in this case, this this is inside, this is outside. So likewise you will get alpha and beta configuration of the die. Then elements of symmetry in case of diene and dienophile. You know, in case of diene, there are four molecular orbitals: psi1, psi2, psi3 antibonding, and psi4 antibonding. These two they are bonding molecular orbitals. These two they are antibonding molecular orbital. And in terms of symmetry, this will be symmetric towards mirror symmetry, this will be symmetric towards C2 symmetry, this will be symmetric towards mirror symmetry, and this will be symmetric towards C2 symmetry. Similarly, in case of dienophile, this is pi and this is pi antibonding. This will be having mirror symmetry and this will be having C2 symmetry. Now, on the basis of symmetry of various molecular orbitals, we can draw the correlation diagram for these 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reactions or Diels-Alder reaction. So we can see over here that in case of reaction of butadiene with ethene, we will be getting cyclohexene as the product, and these will be the molecular orbitals for butadiene and ethene, 4 for this and 2 for this. So psi1, this is for ethene pi, psi2 butadiene, psi3 star butadiene, pi antibonding ethene, psi4 antibonding for butadiene. So this will be according to increase in energy for the molecular orbital, and similarly these will be the molecular orbitals of cyclohexene. And if we see that since the ground state orbitals of the reactants correlate with the ground state orbitals of the product, you see this is symmetric, because in this reaction we will be considering mirror symmetry. Product is also having mirror symmetry. So this will be symmetric, this will be symmetric, this will be antisymmetric, this will be symmetric, this will be antisymmetric, and this will be antisymmetric. Similarly, for product, this orbital will be antisymmetric with respect to mirror symmetry, and this will be symmetric. This will be antisymmetric, this will be symmetric, this will be antisymmetric. Now, if we compare in thermal reactions, we compare the ground state of the reactants with the ground state of the products, and we can see over here that ground state orbitals of reactants correlate with the ground state orbitals of the product. Therefore, 4 plus 2 cycloaddition or Diels-Alder reaction is thermally allowed. You can see that this correlates with this correlates with this, and this correlates with this. This is the ground state orbitals of reactants and product. They are correlating with each other, hence this Diels-Alder reaction is thermally allowed. So these orbitals, they are correlating with these orbitals. However, photochemical reaction is forbidden. As you can see, in case of photochemical reaction, we see the first excited state of reactant should correlate with the first excited state of the products. But here, this is the first excited state of the reactants, and this is the first excited state of the products. These are not correlating. Instead, this is correlating with the upper excited state of the product. Therefore, this is photochemically orbital. So first excited state of the reactant does not correlate with the first excited state, but the upper excited state of the product. Therefore, this reaction is photochemically orbital. So this will not be allowed photochemically. Then another is frontier molecular orbital approach to explain Diels-Alder reaction. And here we consider the highest occupied molecular orbitals and lowest unoccupied molecular orbitals. And these orbitals, HOMO and LUMO, they are known as frontier molecular orbital. And this approach therefore is known as frontier molecular orbital approach for Diels-Alder reaction. So here theory is that occupied orbitals of different molecules, they repel each other. The occupied orbitals of one molecule and unoccupied orbitals of the other, that is HOMO and LUMO, they interact with each other, causing the attraction, and this attraction will lead to the formation of the product. So according to FMO approach, the reactivity by interaction between HOMO of one component and LUMO of other component determines whether the reaction will be allowed or forbidden. So if that interaction is effective, then the process will be allowed, and if that interaction is not effective, then that will be forbidden. So these are the frontier molecular orbitals of this. This is for diene and this is for dienophile. And you know, under thermal conditions, diene is having 4 electrons, 2 will be in Psi1, 2 will be in Psi2. Similarly, here in under thermal conditions, this is having 2 electrons and both are present in the ground state of the molecule. And when the reaction is to be done photochemically, then one of the electron from here is excited to the next energy level, that is next molecular orbital, that is Psi3, and this will be the configuration of various electrons present. This is two are present in Psi1, one in Psi2 and one in Psi3. Similarly in this case, one will be present in pi and one will be present in pi antiquantum. Now, frontier molecular orbital approach in case of thermal 4+2 cycloaddition. If you see this, the mixing occur between highest occupied molecular orbital of the diene component and lowest unoccupied molecular orbital of the dienophile component. You can see over here, in case of diene, Psi2 is the highest occupied molecular orbital, whereas in case of diene, this is the lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, Psi2. So this Psi2 and this Psi2, they will interact with each other. And you can see that if there is a disrotatory motion, the overlap will be an effective overlap. Hence, the thermal reaction will be allowed through disrotatory movement of the frontier molecular orbitals. So this reaction will be allowed, thermal reaction through disrotatory movement of the frontier molecular orbitals. Then some examples as per FMO theory, 1,3-butadiene can react with one more molecule of 1,3-butadiene, where this will be acting as a dienophile. At 150 degrees centigrade, in 10 days it is converted into this molecule in 85% yield. Whereas if you are having two ethanes, then they do not undergo any reaction under these conditions. And if you are having butadiene and ethene at 165 degrees centigrade at 900 atmospheric pressure, in 17 hours, this is converted into this product in 78% yield. some more examples here. One of the hydrogen of the dienophile has been replaced by lactone withdrawing group CHO, CH over here, and here two of the hydrogens have been replaced by these lactone withdrawing groups. So 1,3-butadiene in only 30 minutes, this will give you 90% of the product. This in at 20 degrees, this reaction was done at 150 degrees centigrade, but if it is done at 20 degrees centigrade, temperature is low, then in 68 hours you will get 92% of this product. Similarly, this reactant dienophile on reaction with cyclopentadiene in 4 hours at 25 degrees centigrade will give you Diels-Alder product in 80% yield. So this is on the basis of FMO theory, frontier molecular orbital theory, that unoccupied orbitals, lowest unoccupied orbitals of dienophile and highest occupied molecular orbitals of diene, they will interact to give us the product. Then applications of Diels-Alder reaction. Uh, Different types of dienes and dienophile, they interact with each other to give us very important and useful products which are used in the synthesis of many important chemicals, natural products and drugs, etc. So first example is 2-alkoxy dihydropyranes. 2-alkoxy-dihydropyranes, they are obtained at temperature between 150 to 200 degrees centigrade, and they are useful intermediates for the preparation of glutaraldehydes. And these glutaraldehydes, they are used in many condensation reactions and many polymerization reactions to give different types of products. So you can see over here, this will act as a diene, and this will act as a dienophile, and we will get 2-alkoxy-dihydropyranes as the product. And then cycloganin, uh, this is the cycloganin, and this can be synthesized from inverse electron demand Diels-Alder reaction with reaction of alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. This is alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde, and this is enol ether. So why it is called as inverse electron demand Diels-Alder reaction? Because here you can see that this is acting as a diene and this is acting as a dienophile, and we have seen that in normal Diels-Alder reaction, the diene, they should have lactone leasing groups, whereas dienophile should have lactone withdrawing group. Whereas here you are having lactone withdrawing groups, and here you are having lactone releasing groups. So this is inverse electron demand Diels-Alder reaction, where alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes, they are acting as dienes, and enol ethers, they are acting as dienophiles to give us these types of important products which are used in the synthesis of some drugs on reaction with some other reagents. Then is reactions with cyclic enamines, they have been used in the synthesis of alkaloids. So if you see this example, the synthesis of the alkaloid minovin is involved through cycloaddition of an enamine with the diene. So this is your enamine, ene and enamine, and this is your diene. So here this will undergo cyclization and you will get this type of alkaloid as the product. Minovin will be formed as a product. And this reaction is an example of 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction or Diels-Alder reaction. So here the enamine is acting as dienophile and this is acting as a diene. This indole derivative is acting as a diene. Similarly, alene derivatives, they can also act as dienophiles. Uh, Alene itself reacts only with lactone deficient dienes. So here, if you react alene, unsubstituted alene, then it will react only with lactone deficient dienes. But if you will use substituted alene, substituted by carboxylic acid or ester, and therefore the double bond will be activated by conjugation with the carboxylic acid or ester. Then they can readily react with cyclopentadiene to give you 1:1 adducts of 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction or Diels-Alder reaction. For example, here you can see that in this alene, one of the hydrogen has been replaced by ester group, and this on reaction with cyclopentadiene gives us this cycloadduct, which is used in the synthesis of centralene, which is an important organic compound. So allenes, they can also act as dienophiles. Then is heterodienophiles. Carbonyl groups in aldehydes or ketones, they add to 1,3-dienes to give derivatives of 5,6-dihydropyranes. So these are 5,6-dihydropyranes as the product. And here this is heterodienophile because here you are not having carbon-carbon bond but carbon-oxygen double bond. So carbonyl group is acting as a dienophile. So because this is a hetero atom, we call these as heterodienophiles. So this diene reacts with formaldehyde to give us this 5,6-dihydropyranes, whereas this substituted aldehyde gives us this type of substituted 5,6-dihydropyranes as the product. Then nitroso compounds, they can also act as heterodienophiles. So here the nitrogen oxygen double bond will act as heterodienophile. So this can simply interact with 1,3-butadiene to give us these types of products and oxygen derivatives as the product. So butadiene with nitrosobenzene gives us N-phenyl. This is N-phenyl 3,6-dihydroxyzine as the Diels-Alder product, and this is formed in 95%. Then dienes, they can also be used with the heteroatom. Heterodienes, they will also give us Diels-Alder product. The conjugated dienes in which one or more of the atoms is a heteroatom, they can also be used in Diels-Alder reaction. Although these have not been so extensively employed as we have employed the heterodienophiles. The alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compounds, they react as heterodienes. So here this is an example of alpha beta unsaturated ketone which is acting as a heterodiene, and this can react with lactone rich dienophiles such as enol ethers or enomines. And you can see here this is not a normal Diels-Alder reaction but the inverse electron Diels-Alder reaction, because here this is an lactone withdrawing group, CO group, and here you are having electron rich substituent present on the dienophile. So this in the presence of this catalyst, copper catalyst, chiral copper catalyst gives us an optically active product or stereo enantiomeric product. Single enantiomer is formed in this case. So what happens is alpha beta unsaturated ketone, ethyl vinyl ether in presence of this chiral copper catalyst gives us dihydropyranes in high yield as a single isomer. The reaction takes place at minus 78 degree centigrade. Then is another example of heterodienes. The two azodienes, they can also be used for such type of Diels-Alder reaction. So here the presence of electron donating substituent to enhance the reactivity with electron deficient dienophiles. So if this is the situation, then the Diels-Alder reaction will be a normal Diels-Alder reaction because diene will be having electron donating substituent and dienophile will be having electron deficient dienophiles. So cycloaddition with alkynyl dienophiles and aromatization lead to substituted pyridines as the product. You can see over here substituted azodienes on reaction with these types of acetylene dicarboxylates in presence of acetonitrile gives us substituted pyridines as the product, and you can see over here that these are heterodienes which are effectively used for 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reactions. Similarly, these silyloxy substituted 2 azodienes, they on 4 plus 2 cycloaddition with panic anhydride can lead to the formation of substituted 2 pyridones and pipridones as the product after methanolysis. Then an important reaction in the Diels-Alder is intramolecular Diels-Alder reaction. So this intramolecular Diels-Alder reaction has been very effectively used in the organic synthesis in recent years. The cycloaddition providing ready access to polycyclic compounds with excellent level of regioselectivity and stereoselectivity. This intermolecular Diels-Alder reaction often proceeds more easily than the intramolecular uh, Diels-Alder reaction. This is because of a favorable entropy factor for intramolecular reactions than in comparison to the intramolecular reactions. For example, if we heat this EE dienyl acrylate, this one, and at 150 degree centigrade, then we can have two types of products. One is trans product and other is cis product. And trans product is formed in 60% yield and cis product is formed in 40% yield. Although in the presence of Lewis acid only endo product, that is the product B is formed. If we are using some Lewis acid ethyl aluminum chloride, then we will get only endo product and no exo product will be formed in such reactions. Another example of intramolecular Diels-Alder reaction is in the synthesis of antibiotic indonomycin. Here, this substituted triene on heating at 130 degree centigrade gives us this indene derivative B, which has four new chiral centers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this has four new chiral center present in the product, whereas this triene was not having any chiral center over here. The high stereoselectivity of the cycloaddition is due to the presence of endo transition state. So this endo transition state leads to the formation of such a stereoselective reaction. This endo transition state is favored over this alternate endo transition state owing to steric interaction between vinylic proton and the allylic alkyl group in case of T. So here, because of the steric interaction between vinylic proton and allylic alkyl group, this alternative endo arrangement is not favored, whereas this arrangement which gives us endo product is favored. Then next is retro Diels-Alder reaction. Diels-Alder reactions, retro Diels-Alder reaction is reversible to Diels-Alder reaction, and many adducts dissociate into their components on heating, and in some cases even we will get that a modified product is formed which can be a new diene or dienophile when retrodiesel reaction takes place. For example, in a synthesis of sarcomycin methyl ester, the enantiomerically pure adduct A in a number of steps. This is enantiomerically pure adduct, and this in a number of steps gave us these two diastereomers B and C. Now the product B on retro-Diels-Alder reaction at 650 degrees centigrade gives us these two products D and this cyclopentadiene through uh, flash pyrolysis, flash vacuum pyrolysis to give you this S-saccharomycin methyl ester as the product. Then another example of retro-Diels-Alder reaction is some anionic intermediates. They take place under relatively mild conditions. This adduct fragments only at 35 degrees centigrade in presence of potassium hydride as a base, and this part will be modified, and from here the anthracene anion is eliminated to give us two products which are formed through a retro-Diels-Alder reaction. Similarly, fragmentation of an adduct can also be formed uh, by release of nitrile, carbon dioxide, or nitrogen gas. So the removal of these can also lead to retro-Diels-Alder reaction, and which provides an irreversible method for the formation of a new diene or aromatic compound. For example, the cycloaddition with alkenyl dienophile is followed by loss of carbon dioxide. So here this dienophile at 200 degrees centigrade gives us this Diels-Alder adduct. But this, after losing carbon dioxide from here, can be converted into this aromatic compound, the dimethyl acetylene dicarboxylate to give, and then this can further give us dimethyl thiolate as the product. Then asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. Uh, A substituent on the diene or dienophile that bears a chiral center may promote facially selective cycloaddition. And facially selective cycloaddition means the asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. The optically active dienophiles, particularly with esters or amides of acrylic acids, they have been used for asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. For example, with cyclopentadiene as a diene component, the adduct A was formed with almost. So this is cyclopentadiene, and this reacted with this diene. Here, this R is formed from this chiral alcohol. This chiral alcohol reacts with the acid to give us COOR, and that means this diene will become now chiral, and this chiral diene will react with this dienophile. This diene will react with this chiral dienophile, and we will get this adduct A. And this adduct A will have the stereoselectivity same as that of this alcohol. So this will be adduct will be formed with almost complete diastereomeric selectivity. Then reduction of this product with lithium aluminum hydride will give us chiral auxiliary alcohol, and this optically pure endo alcohol will be formed as the product. So this has been formed by asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. The reaction is thought to take place by addition of the diene to the dienophile in the conformation D. So this is the conformation through which we are getting this adduct A. So this has access from the rephase of the double bond, which is hindered by tertiary butyl group present over here, and that is why we are getting only endo product in this case, and optically pure alcohol is formed in the asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. Then some more examples of asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. High levels of diastereofacial selectivity can be achieved in Diels-Alder reactions of acrylates of ethyl lactate or pentolactone in the presence of Lewis acids such as titanium tetrachloride. Now, in this case, the adduct B, this one, is formed from the reaction of this dienophile with 1,3-butadiene. So, butadiene reacts with acrylates of R-pentolactone acting as a dienophile, and this will lead to the formation of asymmetric adduct. So this is formed in 93 to 7% ratio of diastereomers. Endo product will be formed in more amount as compared to exo product. And then hydrolysis of this will lead to the formation of optically pure and enantiomerically pure carboxylic acid. And this is the transition state through which this product is formed. And uh, this adopts as-cis conformation in case of the transition state. Then binol ligands, they have also been used for asymmetric Diels-Alder reaction. So binol ligands, they are complex to a metal, and they act as effective catalyst for number of asymmetric Diels-Alder reactions. One example is cycloaddition of benzaldehyde using 20 mole percentage of catalyst, this catalyst binol, and this type of cycloduct was formed in high yield and enantiomer purity, that is yield was 92% and enantiomeric excess of the product was 96%. So highly enantiomeric reaction takes place using binol ligands as the catalyst in combination with metal titanium isopropoxide. So these are some of the sources which have been used for the preparation of these lectures. Modern methods of organic synthesis by Caruthers, pericyclic reactions by Flemings, then some NPTEL lectures and videos they have been also used, and some sources from the internet they are also being included in these video lectures. Thank you.